Okay, we're all back. So I will call two related Randall County cases. First case being caused as an initial permanency hearing involving Ava. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Swiggins is with us for the child. Ms. Grant is with us representing the mother, Ms. Musto, who is with us. I'll also call cause number. That case is also an initial permanency hearing involving the child. Again, Ms. Gutierrez for the department, Ms. Swiggins for the child, Ms. Grant for the mother, Ms. Musto, and in that case, the father, John Musto, is also with us. That's all of the parties in both cases. I have Antar Outley in the waiting room.
That's my caseworker on this one, Your Honor.
Okay, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Antar, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
Permanency specialist.
Okay, can you sit? Are you able to sit back just a tad?
Okay. I'm afraid if he sits back, we're not going to be able to hear him.
Oh, is that the problem, Your Honor?
Yes.
Okay. Antar, please disregard my request.
Okay.
And who are the parents of Max?
John Musto and Marcy Musto.
And Marcy's also the mother of Ava, correct?
Yes.
All right. And unfortunately, Ava's father's passed away. Is that correct as well?
Yes.
You prepared and filed court reports in each of these cause numbers on June 30th of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
Your Honor, we ask that the court take judicial notice of those court reports.
All right. So noted, and I read both reports.
Thank you, Your Honor. Antar, since the filing of the court report, what are the updates on Ava?
Ava's doing fine. She's enjoying her summer. She plays on TikTok. She goes with her friends to Synergy a lot. This Thursday, she went to the lake. They did fireworks there as well. Everything's going good with her so far.
And did she pass everything in school?
Yes, she'd be going to the 10th grade.
And is she continuing in therapy?
Yes.
Thank you. And can I get an update on Max since the filing of the court report?
Max is doing well also. Does a lot of gaming with his friends online. Likes to play Roblox on the laptop. He talks to him through the phone. He spends time with his dad. He likes to play Zelda on the new DS they have. So far, he's doing, yes, okay.
And what grade is he going into?
Max will be going to the 6th.
Has either child had any significant medical issues since the last hearing?
No.
Okay, great. And how is Marcy progressing on her services?
She's doing well. She started her individual counseling with Jennings family on the 17th. She had to have on the 25th. Her next one is scheduled the 9th. And then the 16th. So it looks like every Tuesday of the week. Her OSAR is scheduled for July 9th with Lori Oliver of Texas Panel Centers. She started parenting with Texas Education parenting classes. It's like 8 hours online. She paid the $65 to take it. She started it, but she hasn't finished.
Okay, so it sounds like she started a lot of things. How many sessions of individual therapy has she had?
She's had 2 so far, the 17th and 25th. The next one is on the 9th. They was on break for the 4th of July.
Okay, and it sounds like she started parenting but not yet completed it. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, you mentioned that she has an OSAR assessment. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, from your court report, it appears that Marcy completed Senecor. Is that accurate?
Yes, but there was no documentation of an OSAR because I guess it was done over the phone.
Okay, thank you. You answered my question. That was going to be my next question.
Okay.
So, what more are we expecting to see from Marcy before we can look at reunification?
Just a stable income and completing her services. She's been consistent with her visits. She's done very well.
Great. So how are her visits going?
They're going well. They're like every Thursday, 5:30 to 6:30. And she's been consistent every week. So I think there's only one that was canceled because she got there kind of late, but since February or somewhere in there, she's been on point. Like, it's been consistent.
And regarding John Musto's visitation with Max, what type of visitation does he have with Max?
Those are unsupervised now.
And how many hours per week is he having unsupervised visits with Max?
Max has been staying with him basically every weekend.
And is Ava participating in any of those visits?
She goes like sometimes because she likes to have the little guy time and she likes to hang with her friends instead, but she does attend some of them. She does want to help decorate the new room for the new apartment that John just recently got. So,
And when Ava goes with John and Max, is John's visitation with Ava unsupervised as well?
Yes.
Are there any, let me get an update on John Musto's service plan. How is he progressing on services?
He completed his parenting with Fatherhood Fire on 5/29. He was supposed to start counseling with Jennings, but they're not accepting any clients right now. So I sent a referral to Rolling Plains, and they asked for his number. So I'm just waiting to hear when they start those sessions.
Okay. And both children continue in a relative placement. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you tell us which relative that is?
Julie Wild, the grandmother.
Is that the maternal grandmother?
Yes.
Let's see here. Are we asking for any drug screens to be ordered today?
Yeah. Yes, I'm gonna need Marcy to do a hair follicle and UA for the month.
Okay. And do we need, let's see. Are there any additional services for either parent that need to be made in order of the court?
No.
Are there any services for either child that need to be made in order of the court?
No.
Do you believe it is contrary to the welfare for the children to return to Marcy Musto today?
At this time, no.
And let me clarify, are you saying that it's not a danger if they were to return to her today, or there is a danger if they return to her today?
Oh, there is.
There is. Okay. And so would that mean it's contrary to their welfare to return to Marcy today as well?
Yes.
And regarding John Musto, is it contrary to Max's welfare to return to John today?
Yes.
And would it pose any kind of danger to return to John?
Yes.
What danger would there be in returning Max to John? Just until he
completes his counseling sessions. Besides that, he's the non-offender. Everything's been good. So
Okay. And you do you recall that there's a court order for Max not to be moved without a prior court order?
yes.
Thank you. Can you please describe the department's reasonable efforts to reunify the family?
Created a family plan. We found resources close to Amarillo that they could use to initiate those services. This is there.
Are you also sending out referrals for the parents to start some of those services?
Yes.
Okay. Is St. Francis also sending out payment on some of those services?
Yes.
And we are facilitating visitation for both parents of Max. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we are facilitating visitation for Marcy with Ava. Is that correct?
Yes.
Are there any other requests for the court today?
At this time, no.
Okay, pass the witness.
All right, thank you, Ms. Grant.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Outley, are you also aware of Marcy's follow-up with AA meetings at 3 per week?
Yes.
And she's been consistent with those, would you agree?
Yes.
And her absence from her home during inpatient treatment caused her to get behind on her house payments. Are you aware of that?
Yes.
And she has since worked very hard and gotten that completely caught up, has she not?
Yes.
And so she has essentially done the treatment and saved her home. Would you agree?
Yes.
And along with the inpatient treatment and the follow-up outpatient, are we still going to need that OSAR, or is that something that basically is now out of order based on the completed services?
I just wasn't sure because I didn't have documentation or to prove that it had been done. So I wasn't sure how I was supposed to work on that. But so I was because there's no documentation of it, but it was done over the phone. So I wasn't sure how that worked.
Okay, so do you feel it's still necessary, or do you feel she's completed anything that it would recommend?
I feel she's completed anything it recommends.
Okay. Do you have any objection to us asking the court to waive the OSAR at this time?
No.
And do you have any objection to increasing visitation for Ms. Musto?
No.
And do you feel that there's anything additional that Marcy could do that you're not seeing done at this time?
No, she's been doing pretty well as far as so far.
And Max is actually making straight A's in school right now, or he did till summer, correct?
Yes.
And are you opposed to Miss Musto beginning unsupervised visitation as soon as we can start the increase without us returning to court to request that?
It's fine with me. They've been consistent. They get along well during most of the visits, so no rejection here.
Okay, thank you. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Wiggins?
Is it your understanding that there have been some arguments between Ms. Musto and Ava during her visitation?
Yes, I've been aware of a couple of them at least, just a little minor disagreements.
Okay, and it appears that they do still have some pretty major disagreements between them. Is that fair to say?
Yes.
And is it also fair to say that the supervisor party has to step in occasionally to redirect either the mom or the child in the visits?
Yes.
So given that information, do you believe without some type of working on their relationship that it may not be advisable to have them unsupervised?
Yes. I contradict myself.
And in regards to the mother, are there times when she makes comments to the child about the future placement of the
Objection to
child?
this line of questioning, Judge. Unless he is supervising the visits, we would need the visitation supervisor here to testify.
Yeah, Mr. Alley just testified of what you have seen yourself, not what any supervising party has told you.
Okay. I have sat in on a few, but during those there was no arguments or anything. Everything went smoothly to the three I sat in on, but so.
Okay. Have there been times when you supervised a visitation that you left before the mom left the child?
There was one occasion because I thought they were leaving too, so I did leave in that one occasion.
Okay.
I thought they were going to the car, so I left too thinking they were going to the car as well. So.
Okay, I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Anyone have further questions for Mr. Alley?
I do, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Antar, I just want to clarify some things. The OSAR could be necessary later on if there was a relapse or an additional positive screen. Is that correct?
Objection calls for speculation.
Overruled.
Please answer, Antar.
Could you repeat that again, please?
I said the OSAR could become necessary again if there was a positive screen or a relapse. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. So would you agree perhaps asking the court to make that OSAR requirement conditional now upon an additional positive screen or a relapse?
Yes.
Okay. In regards to the visitation, I just want to clarify something. Today, you are in agreement with Marcy Musto's supervised visitation increasing. Is that correct?
Yes.
Now, Ms. Grant asked you an additional question about moving to unsupervised. We're not asking for it to be moved to unsupervised today. Is that correct?
Yes.
Objection, Your Honor. The question mischaracterized my question. I asked if it could be moved to unsupervised without further court order when appropriate.
And that's why I was asking questions to try to clarify that. Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Anyone else?
No, Judge.
Mr. Alley, is Ava seeing a counselor? Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now, as far as Ms. Musto, drugs have not been an issue, have they? It's just been alcohol consumption?
Yes, sir.
All right. And you may not know the answer to this, and I'm not sure I do, but is there really any need for her to have to do a hair strand in UA? I just want to order she be tested for alcohol consumption. I don't know how they do that. Does
Yeah.
anybody know? Is it part of the UA?
It's a UA. It's a special
Okay.
UA, Judge.
All right, then, Mr. Outley, there's no reason for her to do a
Okay.
hair strand, is there, since there's been no drug usage?
No.
Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Ms. Gutierrez, did you have any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. At this time we rest. We do ask the court to make findings that the department is making reasonable efforts to reunify the family.
Okay, I'll make those findings. All right. Ms. Grant, did you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Your Honor. We would just ask for the increases in visitation as testified to by the caseworker, and
Okay.
we would request that the OSAR be waived at this time, and we don't object to Ms. Gutierrez's language that it would be ordered in the event of a relapse, but I think that would be pretty standard anyway, so we don't object to that.
Sure. Okay. All right. Thank you. All right. Ms. Wiggins, recommendations?
I didn't know if you want to ask Mr. Musto if he had anything to
Oh, I'm
add.
sorry. That's correct. Yeah, Mr. Musto doesn't have an attorney. Mr. Musto, if you have any questions for Mr. Outley today?
Just a clarification. Good morning, everyone, by the way.
Morning.
Just clarification about the verbiage of Max still being a danger to be with his dad. I mean, Max is here with me right now. He stayed the last couple nights with me and the last couple weekends. I just wanted to know what the danger was, and also how counseling can repair that danger. I just wanted to get clarification on that.
Mr. Outley, can you answer that? Or I had the same question that Mr. Musto did. If Max is staying with him, Mr. Musto, has he been allowed to stay with you overnights?
Yes, sir.
Okay. That's my question too, Mr. Outley. If it's not a danger for him to stay some nights, why is it a danger for him to be placed back with his father?
Honestly, I didn't think there was a danger either. I just want like just to complete his individual counseling. Everything else, like he's been doing good.
Okay, that's Mr. Musto. Any other questions?
Like Mr. Outley said, there was some issues with Jennings. I have been counseled by them in the past. They're not taking any new patients at this time, like he said. I just need I guess a link or some information on other counseling to I guess get that started. I'm not against counseling. I just wanted to know what the word danger meant in this scenario.
Yeah, well, I think he's answered the question for me. It's the same question you asked. So, all right, Ms. Wiggins, any witnesses?
I do not have any witnesses.
All right, now your recommendation. Yes.
I apologize. I have a couple of questions for John Musto.
Okay, go ahead.
I'll be quick. Mr. Musto,
Yes.
Judge, he wasn't sworn. He just started.
Okay, Mr. Musto, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do.
Okay, go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Musto, I think at the beginning of the case, you had said that you were not prepared to be placement for Max. Is that correct?
Yes, I was concerned at the time because there was a lot going on. I have a full-time job, and getting him to school and picking him up from school may have been a challenge at that time.
Okay. Has any of that changed for you? Are you still wanting Max to continue? Oh, I apologize. Let me separate my questions. Has that changed for you?
Well, during the summer, of course, there's no issues at all. Now, as far as like before school programs, after school programs, I'd have to get the information on that. Him going into middle school this year, I'd have to get the information on how I can manage going to work and getting him to school and picking him up from school. I think that there was going to be some help with Julie Wilde on some of that. So I think if there wouldn't really be an issue, there shouldn't be anyway, as far as that goes.
So as of today, are you wanting things to stay the same as far as Max being placed with Julie?
Yes, because we kind of help each other out as far as if there's anything that Max needs to do or go or anything like that, then I'm more than willing to do that, and she is too. So,
am I allowed to say anything at all?
Right. I passed the witness.
Who was that?
Marcy?
It was my client, Judge. I can call her if she
Okay, yeah.
has anything to say.
Let's be sure we're through with Mr. Musto. Anybody else have further questions? All right, Miss Grant, go ahead and call your client.
Okay, my first witness is Marcy Musto, Judge.
All right, ma'am, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right, Miss Grant.
Okay, Marcy, can you tell me, has Max always resided with you in the home that you currently have?
Yes.
And do you have any concerns about Max living with his dad during the school year?
Yes. Well, it's really the concerns. Max has always been with Ava. So that's my main, like, splitting them up. I feel like that would be bad for Max. Like they've had each other. It's like the only stable thing that they, continue to have is each other. And they're really close. And I just don't feel like splitting them into different homes is a good idea. He's never lived with John, except when we were married. And I feel like it wouldn't be a good idea. And I wanted to ask one question. John, I'm sure that but Max isn't in the room right now. Like, I was kind of worried about that because John said Max is with him. I mean, I'm sure he's not in the room, right? John?
He's not, no.
Okay. I just don't want to hear any of this. He's really smart. He listens to everything.
That's okay. That's okay. I understand the question. Now, Marcy, even though Ava will not reside with Mr. Musto, she has a relationship with him that was long-term since she was about 1 year old, correct?
Chris, yeah, yes.
And as far as this case is concerned, do you believe that this case would be a good candidate case for mediation in order to you as parents to come to an agreement regarding these children and where they should live and how they should be scheduled?
I mean, I would be fine with that. Me and John usually we've always kind of worked well together. I mean, usually they're with me, and he kind of just has visitation whenever he wants it. So that's kind of how we've done it. And I mean, I guess so. We get along pretty well. And
Okay. And are you asking the judge today that for a court order to go to mediation at the time that we're ready to do that and it's appropriate?
yes, sure, yes,
And did you hear Mr. Atley's testimony regarding increasing your visitation?
yes,
And you agree with that request as well?
yes. I would really like that.
Okay. And you understand that more work may be needed before you can go unsupervised, but are you asking the court to allow you to go unsupervised without further hearings if Mr. Outley recommends that and it is staffed appropriately?
Yes, yes. I'm as soon as possible would love that.
Okay. And you understand that we're asking today that you not have to complete an OSAR unless you relapse. Do you understand that?
Yes,
And you've been doing well with your AA meetings, is that correct?
yes.
How often do you go?
I'd say at least 3 times a week, but sometimes I go every day. Just depends on if I'm working. I'm kind of cleaning houses, and my schedule's kind of different. But I go most of the time. I go a lot. I go to.
Okay. And
Yeah.
you heard Mr. Outley testify that we needed to provide a source of income, correct?
Yes.
And you've been offered a job, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. And so you expect to be able to verify an income within the next week or so?
Yes, sure. Surely. Yeah.
Okay.
I guess.
All right. And do you understand that you verify income by providing a pay stub to your caseworker?
Okay. Yeah. It probably won't be within a week though, because they just called me.
Okay. That's
Is-
okay.
Yes,
So
they are- yeah. Sorry.
so as soon as you get a pay stub, please provide a copy to your caseworker. Do you understand to do that?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any further information for the court that I've not asked you about today?
The only thing I would like to just maybe comment on is Ava with the arguing
Okay.
about that. I know that my mom and maybe Ava call it argue. Usually what happens with Ava is like she'll be picking on Max and I say, hey, don't pick on Max. And she just goes off on me and she doesn't. So it's not really so much arguing. It's just Ava not. I'm like, Ava, okay, you need to calm down. We just, let's not fight right now. You don't tell me what to do, whatever. She's just being really defiant. And I try to kind of just, so I just don't want to seem like we're not arguing. I'm trying to parent her and she's just not, and she's kind of been that way for a while. She's a teenager, I guess. She's my only daughter. I have older boys and she's way different.
So you understand that the therapy could probably be targeted to help the two
I
of
think it
you
would
with
be a
that.
good idea for her and I to go together. We've even talked about it. I mean, we have a good relationship. We talk about everything. She just kind of, but I mean, I think it would be good for me and her to go to counseling together and maybe figure out a way to communicate.
So is that a request you'd like to have today, that you and Ava participate in some family therapy?
Yes. Yeah, that'd be great, I think.
Okay. Anything else we haven't asked the judge about that you'd like to ask?
I don't think so. Sorry. Thank
Okay.
you for letting me. I just interrupted. I was
No, it's okay, Marcy. Not everybody understands, and we get it. Thank you so much. Pass the witness, Judge.
Anyone else have questions for her?
I pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, then. All right, if no one has anything else, then Ms. Wiggins, recommendations?
Thank you, Judge. I would recommend that the department remain temporary managing conservator of both child. Max is enjoying going back and forth between his grandmother and his father. I think that is a good situation, and I appreciate Mr. Musto acknowledging that he does like to spend time with his grandmother and his sister because they are very close, as Ms. Musto said. Also, I have no objection to increased visitation between Ms. Musto and Ava. However, I would ask that before it become unsupervised, that we have another hearing. The child has indicated she does not want to do family therapy. So if we get a contrary recommendation to start that, I think that's another issue or topic that we need to take up at a different time.
Well, are you saying you'd want family therapy to be started only if recommended by Ava's therapist? Is that a way to handle it?
Correct, Judge.
Okay.
Because I don't feel if the child is not going to want to do it, I don't believe it's going to be helpful.
Yeah. Okay. Boy, a lot of little kinks thrown in here right at the last second.
Yeah.
Okay, let's start then with Ava's case. I'll continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue the current placement. I'll order Ms. Musto only to UA drug screen by 4 p.m. today, as for screening for alcohol. Now, obviously, if something else turned up in the UA, but I just want to be sure that they add to that panel just the alcohol screen. I'm more concerned about that than anything else. So I will order that Ms. Musto's OSAR assessment be waived, or well, let me just say be waived unless she tests positive for either any illegal substance or alcohol. If so, then the OSAR will be reinstated as a requirement. I have no problem with ordering increased visitation for Ms. Musto. It will continue to be supervised until recommended by Ava's the children's therapist that it be unsupervised. You won't have to come back to court if that's their recommendation. I'll order family therapy for Ava and Ms. Musto if recommended by Ava's individual therapist. I'll order mediation in this case. Then in Max's case, I'll continue the department's temporary managing conservator, continue the current placement. Same requirements for Ms. Musto as to the alcohol drug testing. Same requirements about waiving the OSAR assessment unless she tests positive for any illegal substance or alcohol. And the same about her increased visitation. I'll grant that, and I'll order that it be supervised until such time as the children's therapists recommend it be unsupervised. I'll order mediation in that case also. Now, I don't know how to put this in the order, but I have no problem with Max spending more nights with his father. I understand Ms. Musto's concerned, and that could be an issue, splitting the children. So I'm just going to leave it to Mr. Atlee and the parents to work to try to come up with what's acceptable to everybody. If not, any lawyer can file a motion. We'll be right back here. But at least during the summer months, for sure, I'm not going to put any limit on how many nights Max wants to stay with his father. So, Mr. Atlee, I'll kind of put that on you. You just kind of decide what you think's best, and if the parents don't like it, they'll tell their lawyers, and we'll be back in here having a hearing on something. But if Max wants to spend more time in the summer staying with his father, I don't have any problem at all with that. So
Okay.
it sounds like y'all all get along well enough. I don't think I'll have to intervene again. I hope so. Okay, I made that about as muddy as I could. I'll set the next regularly scheduled hearing for November 3rd, 2025. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so the parties can ask their lawyers or go on the court's online docket a day or two before November 3rd to see exactly what time we'll have the hearing on November 3rd. So, all right. That will. Yeah.
I'm sorry. There was one more thing I just remembered.
What's that?
That I believe maybe my mom is moving, thinking of taking Ava out of school and putting her in a new school, and for her sophomore year. And she's gone kindergarten, middle school, high school in the same school district, and she goes to Tascosa. And Ava's thinking she can move to Caprock just because she kind of wants to. She's had some friends that moved there because they were suspended from Tascosa. I just feel like she gets in trouble kind of a lot, and I don't know that it's going to help moving her to a different school. I told her, wherever you, it's not them, it's you getting in trouble. So if you go there, you're going to get in trouble there too.
I can't control the Amarillo Independent School District. If your mother moves and that requires that Ava go to a different school, that's an issue I can't control.
Right. No, I don't think she's moving. She's just saying.
Oh, I don't think your mother has the authority to decide what school Ava goes to. That's up to the department, because right now they're the managing conservator. So, Mr. Atlee, let Grandma know that she's not the one that decides where Ava goes to school. So, okay.
Okay.
All right. Okay, that will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved, I'll be back at. We're past it. I'll be back here very shortly to call another Randall County
Judge, would it be
case.
possible for me to speak really briefly with the attorneys in a breakout room?
Sure.
Thank you, Judge.
Let me get that opened up for you. I've got Cody. Cody, would you come on the screen? Okay.
Right here, Judge.
Yeah, I needed to see who was who because Mr. Guzman's listed under your name. I didn't know which one to put in the waiting room, but you're not capitalized and he is. So that tells me what I needed to know. Okay. I will call Randall County case because this is a permanency hearing as well as a motion to change placement or visitation. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Rowland's with us for CASA. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the children. Mr. Pirtle's with us representing the father, Mr. Guzman, who is with us, and Mr. Naranjo's with us representing Mrs. Guzman, who's with us. That's all the parties. I have Mel Tucker, Yasina Arona, and Mickey Lane in the waiting room.
Mickey Lane is my witness for this one, Your Honor.
Okay. Gutierrez?
Thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Mickey Lane. I'm sorry, I already did that part. Mickey, who do you work for?
St. Francis Ministries.
And what do you do for them?
I'm the permanency specialist.
And are you assigned to the family of Joanna and Adrian Guzman and their 5 children?
Yes.
Okay. And let's see, you filed a court report on June 24th of 2025. Is that correct?
Correct.
And since the filing of the court report, can I get an update on how Amalicia is doing?
Amalicia is doing well. She's placed at High Plains Children's Home. She's engaging in band camp, and she was wanting to take college courses at Amarillo College for the summer.
Okay. And does she continue in family therapy with her mother?
Yes, she does.
And how does that report to be going?
Those are going well, according to the report.
Great. And as far as Ajant, how is Ajant doing since the filing of the court report?
He's doing well in the home. He's worked on his aggression. He seems to be behaving well. And he's doing well in his placement.
Okay. And how is Adrian?
She's doing well in her placement.
And can we get some details?
They attended church camp till 12 o'clock most days of the week, Monday through Friday. They were showing me a whole bunch of their stuff that they had gotten from church camp. They enjoyed. Adrian Jr. was super excited about it. And she appears to be happy and healthy with no concerns in the home.
And all 3, the older 3 children, Amalicia, Ajant, and Adrian II, or as you refer to as Junior, all of them are placed together. Is that correct?
Correct.
All right. And Analia, where is she currently placed?
She's placed in a foster home in Canyon.
And can we get some updates on how she's doing since the filing of the court report?
She's doing well in the home. She's potty trained. She's behaving well. She doesn't have any outbursts or any outcries. She's just a happy 2-year-old. She has beautiful curly hair. And she's very attached to her siblings.
And regarding Alizarin, where is she currently placed?
She's in a foster home in Amarillo as well.
And can we get some updates on her since the filing of the court report?
Yes, she is standing on her own. She's attempting to hold on to furniture and walk. She's doing well. There's no concerns regarding her head shape anymore. It appears that she will no longer qualify for ECI services as she appears to be on target. And she's doing really well in the home. She's very attached to the foster parents at this point, but she also enjoys her visits.
Now, as far as not qualifying for ECI, would that be because of her age or because of the progress?
Because of the progress, and she'll be coming up for an evaluation where she's being reevaluated. Okay. And we're guessing that this will be an ECI service that she no longer qualifies for.
Now, going back to Amalicia, what grade is she going into?
She is going into the 10th grade.
And is she continuing in her regular individual therapy as well as the family therapy with her mom?
Yes.
And what grade is Ajant going into?
I believe he's going into 5th grade.
And is he continuing in his individual therapy as well?
Yes.
And regarding Adrian II, what grade is she going into?
3rd grade.
And is she continuing in her therapy?
Yes.
And Analia, how old is she now?
Analia is 3.
And she does not qualify for to be enrolled in school at this time. Is that correct?
Correct.
And Alizarin, how old is Alizarin at this time?
She's 1.
Okay, so she's definitely not enrolled in school, huh?
No.
Okay. How is Joanna progressing on her services?
Joanna's doing extremely well with her services. She's got her own place. She has her own transport. They have both been consistent since removal. She's engaged in counseling. She engages in counseling with Amalicia. She continues to engage in counseling even though she's completed counseling through Camarillo Simon. Um, she has not had Adrian in the home. She's moved him out, and she states she's willing to do whatever it takes to bring her children home.
Okay. And has there been a positive shift since the last hearing in terms of her protectiveness of the children?
Yes.
Okay. Are we asking today to extend the case to help facilitate a reunification plan with mom?
Yes.
And that means we're asking for the court to extend the dismissal date. Is that correct?
Correct.
Can you give us some details of the proposed reunification plan for the family, or rather for the children with Joanna?
Yes. So it would go with unsupervised visits starting July 12th, 13th, 19th, and 20th for 8 hours. It would then go to overnight visits starting July 25th to July 27th, August 1st to August 4th, then August 8th to August 11th, where we will be placing the children in Joanna Guzman's home August 11th.
Okay. So you agree August 11th is about 5.5 weeks away. Is that correct?
Correct.
Why do you feel that these increased visitation steps are necessary to help with reunification?
With 5 children and so many schedules going on, also the newness of returning the children home, this will give Joanna Guzman time to reestablish all the children in her home, the caregivers, the schedules, and get everything kind of back under her wraps versus under placements.
And if Miss Guzman is asking for the children to come home today, what would be your response?
That we would need to gradually work them into the home to help keep an eye and reinforce her with services to ensure that we're putting the family back intact completely instead of rushing it all at once.
Okay. In regard to Adrian Guzman, how is the father progressing on his service plan?
The father is engaged in services. He has not completed a psychosexual evaluation. He's working on getting the bridge interview so that the physician can complete that evaluation. He's still engaged with Simon Camarillo, but he's finished. There's no visits because of the criminal case against him with the older child. There was also a new reason to believe on him for physical abuse on Emilicia and an unable to determine on Adrian and Ajant.
In regarding visitation, what is Joanna's visitation currently?
She gets an hour to 2 hours she gets 2 hours every Friday.
And is that still supervised?
Yes.
Are there any additional services that need to be ordered for Mrs. Guzman?
No, ma'am.
Are there any additional services that need to be ordered for Mr. Guzman?
No, ma'am.
Are there any drug screens that we are requesting today?
No, ma'am.
Can you please identify the reasonable efforts that the department is making to reunify the family?
Yes, we're doing monthly contacts. There was a service plans developed for the family in which both parents have engaged in those services. We keep communication going openly with them to ensure that they're engaging in services and their service providers. We've also done home studies on family members and providers for possible placement. We've also have gathered information from Miss Guzman to start working on that reunification plan. And she has also provided daycare providers who are willing to be backup caregivers for the children while returned in her care.
Okay, so who are the I guess supportive caregivers that Ms. Guzman has identified would help her with this would help her take care of the kids?
It was Brittany, and she did provide 2 providers that work at the daycare for them. I cannot find them in my notes at this time.
Is it Myra and Rachel?
Yes.
And is the name of the daycare she plans to utilize Friendship Ranch Daycare?
Yes.
And are Myra and Rachel approved caregivers by the department?
Yes.
And have you had a conversation with Ms. Guzman that only approved caregivers are able to take care of the children?
Yes.
Okay. see here. Are there any other requests we need to make of the court today?
No, ma'am.
Now, going back to the details of that reunification plan, what is the date of that proposed placement of the family, of the children into Joanna's home?
August 11th.
Okay. And what is the scheduled start date for school in that area, if you know?
August 16th.
Pass the witness.
All right, thank you, Ms. Naranjo.
Thank you, Your Honor. Miss Lane, the last hearing was back in March 28th of 2025, correct?
Correct.
And at that hearing, we also addressed potentially placing the children home, correct?
Correct.
But it was established by the department, by your testimony, and by the counselor that you all wanted to observe, St. Francis wanted to observe mother outside therapeutic visits with the children to make sure she's built the skills necessary to have the children placed in her home, correct?
Correct.
And in your report, you report that it's reported that mother does well in parenting and redirecting her children during visits, correct?
Correct.
So she's shown the skills that she developed with her counselor through and has displayed those skills in visitation.
Yes.
Now, you've also testified that Joanna reports that Adrian's not at the home and that you and Casa have been to the home and have not seen Adrian present, correct?
Correct.
At this time, is there any concern of continuing danger with placing the children home with Miss Guzman?
No, ma'am.
Now, do you recall mentioning to Miss Guzman back in May 15th of 2025 regarding establishing a potential reunification plan?
Yes, I do.
But at that point, you never developed a reunification plan, did you?
I did not.
And then you also mentioned to my office, May 28th of 2025, that you were looking at restaffing for a possible reunification, correct?
Correct.
And still at that time, there was no staffing done for reunification, correct?
There was a staffing done.
But no reunification plan was submitted to the court or provided to any parties, correct?
Correct.
And then in June of 2025, on June 23rd, you emailed my office stating that you had a medical emergency, but that again, you were looking at trying to do a reunification plan.
Correct.
Now, when you're out for medical emergencies and things like that, does your supervisor usually fill in for you for your responsibilities?
Yes.
And so wouldn't it have been their job at that point to have filled in with your responsibility on doing a reunification plan?
Yes.
And it's still one was not done, correct?
Correct.
And in fact, a detailed reunification plan has not been provided to all parties till today.
Correct.
And so a reunification plan could have been done in May by St. Francis, but didn't get done until the beginning of July.
Not correct.
You had the opportunity to staff and do all these things and get it done, but waited till now.
Not
I'm
correct.
going to object to argumentative.
Overruled.
Would you agree with me that you had ample time to have established a reunification plan, provided to all parties, and have filed it with the court before today?
Correct.
I'll pass the witness.
Mr. Pirtle?
Judge, I have no questions.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nowak.
Thank you, Judge. Just briefly, Mickey, always good to see you. And I think I heard you testify earlier, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but there's no danger placing the kids with mom today.
Correct.
Thank you so much, Mickey. Judge, pass the witness.
All right. Anyone any further questions for Ms. Lane?
I have just one follow-up question.
Okay.
Ms. Lane, have you gone over this reunification plan with Joanna?
I have not been able to go over the approved reunification plan with Joanna this time.
Okay. And is this approved reunification plan? And when I say approved, I'm referring to approved by St. Francis. Is that correct?
Correct.
Is this reunification plan substantially different from a reunification plan you went over with her before?
Yes.
Okay. How is it different?
So with the reunification plan, you have to create one and take it to your supervisors and your program director, and they must go over it thoroughly and approve it. I have been attempting to do this since May. And then I was out on medical emergency leave and followed up with it in June, and we just got it back approved this morning.
So when you went over the reunification plan before with Ms. Guzman, what was the proposed placement date for the children?
We were going to try and shoot for July 3rd, but the placement, the official date, they would be placed in the home before August 1st.
Okay. So despite any delay that may have happened, is it in the children's best interest to be placed in the home without a reunification plan or with a reunification plan?
I'm sorry. It would be in the kids' best interest to be placed in the home with a reunification plan, as it's not so abrupt and jarring in their daily life and schedule to just be disrupted and moved to another placement without a gradual condense.
Okay. Ms. Lane, are you able to put your dogs up?
Yes.
Okay, if you would please do that, because I think we're going to continue with questioning here in a minute. Your Honor, may we have a break to do that?
Sure.
Thank you. Are you
Okay,
ready, Nikki? Okay, thank you. All right, I pass the witness again.
All right. Anyone else? Mr. Ronho?
No questions, Your Honor.
Anybody else have other questions for Ms. Lane?
No, sir.
All right. Mrs. Gutierrez, any other witnesses?
No other witnesses, Your Honor. The department rests. We ask for a finding of the department making reasonable efforts to reunify the family.
All right. I will make those findings. Mr. Ronho, any witnesses?
Yes, Your Honor. I would call Miss Joanna Guzman.
Okay. Ms. Guzman, if you'd raise your right hand, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
All right. Thank you. Mr. Ronho.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Guzman, can you please state your full name?
Johanna Guzman.
And Ms. Guzman, are you asking for your children to be placed home with you today?
Yes.
And why are you asking for your children to be placed home with you today?
Because I'm ready for them to come home, and I think that they're ready to come home.
And will Adrian Guzman have any contact with the children while they're in your care?
No.
And who will be taking care of the children if you have to work or unavailable to care for them?
So Friendship Ranch is the daycare that I'll be taking the children to, and that they'll be going to. And then on the Saturdays that I'm required to work, Myra and Rachel Sanders, who are daycare teachers, are going to be watching the kids.
And to clarify for the court, you're typically only asked to work the first Saturdays of each month, correct?
I'm only required to work the first Saturday of every month. And my job has already made it to where I'm flexible and I can take care of them while we're trying to get this transition for them.
Now, you've heard some testimony today that St. Francis and the department feel that you need time to get acclimated to having the children back in your care. Do you agree with that?
No.
And why don't you agree with that?
Because I don't feel like I need any time for the children to come home. I'm ready for them to come home, and I'm ready for that.
And have you made all arrangements for them to come home today?
Yes.
I'll pass the witness.
All right. Ms. Gutierrez?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Guzman, do you plan on having any support in your home with you? Not to supervise you with the children, but just to help you with the 5 children together?
I don't understand your question.
And I'm sorry, Ms. Guzman, if you'd speak up a little, I'm having a hard time hearing you.
I don't understand your question.
Will you have any support system coming in just to spend time with you and the kids and help you out? Not to supervise, let me clarify. I'm not saying supervise, but just to help you with having 5 children all together again.
I know that the daycare is willing to help me. I know Myra and Rachel and Carrie are willing to help me. I know I have a support system of friends who are able to help. I know that I have coworkers that are willing to help. So yes, I have several people that are willing to come and spend time if that's something that we need.
Okay, pass the witness.
Mr. Pirtle, any questions?
No question.
Mr. Nowak?
Just briefly, Judge. Ms. Guzman, when is the last time that you had these 5 kids in your care alone, just you and the 5 kids, if ever?
When they were taken into custody, I had them for a month, all 5 of them, before they were taken.
Okay. Judge, thank you so much, Ms. Guzman. Judge, that's my only question.
All right. If there's no further questions, Mr. Ronho, did you have any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Pirtle, any witnesses? Mr. Pirtle, any witnesses?
I'd like to call my client, Mr. Adrian Guzman.
All right. Mr. Guzman, if you'd unmute, please. All right, if you'd raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Pirtle.
All right, thank you, Judge. Please state your name.
Adrian Guzman.
Okay, you're the father of the children who are the subject of this suit, correct?
Correct.
Do you agree that the children should be placed with their mother at this time?
Yes, I do. I think that is going to be what's best for the children and what's best for Johanna.
And has she been able to take care for all these children at the same time in the past?
Absolutely. I've seen her take care of the children. Many times I was working an overnight job and I wasn't a very present father. And so Johanna was pretty much running the whole household by herself with very little help from me at that time.
I pass the witness.
Gutierrez, any questions?
No, Your Honor, I pass the witness.
Ms. Naranjo?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Nowak?
Briefly, Judge, sir, do you have any intention of being a part of these kids' lives if they're returned home to Ms. Guzman?
I'm going to follow any recommendations made by this court.
Do you have a current relationship with Ms. Guzman other than, are y'all married?
We are legally married at this time. We have not had contact for months now.
How many months?
It would have been when I requested to have a new attorney.
Okay. Well, if the court orders you stay away from mom and stay away from these kids, are you going to be able to abide by that order?
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, sir. Judge, I'll pass the witness.
Okay. Anyone else questions for Mr. Guzman? All right, then, Mr. Pirtle, any other witnesses?
Your Honor, no further witnesses and no further questions of this witness, Judge.
All right. Mr. Nowak, any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
All right, Mr. Nowak, recommendations.
Yes, sir. I'd like the court to know that I had the pleasure of and it really is a joy, visiting with these kids. The two oldest ones, obviously, you can have more of a conversation with than the three younger ones. And obviously, you know, I've got the obligation of what's best for the children and both their wishes. And this is one of those cases, Judge, where at least with the older kids that I can talk to, both those interests dovetail. First of all, I don't think father needs to have any contact with mom or the children, period. I think it's time that we really consider hard about these kids going home. I'm a little bit hesitant of just doing everything right now today on the one hand, but on the other hand, Judge, I think that the reunification schedule that CPS offered today is a little bit stretched out. And basically, Judge, what CPS has, or the department has suggested is next weekend, you know, mom has the kids from 8 to 5 on Saturday and 8 to 5 on Saturday, and then the same for the following weekend, and then starting with overnights the weekends following. My suggestion, Judge, or my recommendation to the court would be that the Saturday, July 12th suggestion for the one-day visit, that this weekend just be overnights, unsupervised overnights this weekend, unsupervised overnight the following weekend. And if everything goes well, the kids just stay there, or they be placed there the following Monday morning, Judge. I think mom has worked really, really hard, and I'm going out on a limb and believing her that she'll have nothing to do with dad. And I think dad needs to be ordered to have nothing to do with mom or kids until further order of the court. Once again, Judge, these are just precious, precious kids, and they miss mom and they want to go home, but they're very vocal about who they want to go home with, and it is mom. Judge, thank you so much. That's my recommendation.
All right, you kind of confused me there. Are you basically saying two weekends, and the second weekend they just stay home?
If those both overnight weekends go well, Judge, I think the kids stay home. That's my recommendation.
Overnight weekends, you mean Friday to Sunday, or what? I didn't follow you.
Well, apparently what the department has recommended is Saturday, July 12th, starting at 8 a.m.
And ending when?
5 p.m. that same day. That's what the department is suggesting. Okay. I'm suggesting that they stay overnight that Saturday until Sunday evening. So that's this coming weekend. And then do that same schedule again next week. You know what, Judge? It might be better the following week to start it on Thursday afternoon. That way we get to see Okay.
No, this is getting way too complicated.
Here's my recommendation. The next 2 calendar weekends that we have, Judge, kids are placed with mom at 8 in the morning on Saturday and until 5 o'clock Sunday on the next 2 calendar weekends. If those 2 weekends go well, then it would be my recommendation that the kids either stay that Sunday night or the department might need time to evaluate. We put the kids back home that Monday. And I apologize for being convoluted, Judge.
Okay, let me just give me a second here.
And my recommendations are also informed by the great work that COS has done in this case, Judge.
Okay, give me just a second. All right, and CASA, anything to recommend?
I like the idea of the children going home quickly. The older 2 children especially have been incredibly vocal about how much they want to go home and how much they miss being with their mother. The fact that they are also very vocal, they are very communicative, that gives me some reassurance. All of these children are incredibly intelligent, and they are incredibly willing to talk and communicate with everyone, which makes me more comfortable than I normally would be with allowing children to go home quickly. But the older 2 children very much communicate what's going on and know what they need to do if problems arise again.
Okay.
So a quick return. I do think it should be monitored for the first couple of weekends. As far as, I agree with Mr. Novak's suggestions. Let the overnight start first for a couple of weeks, and if those go well, then let them back. They need to get adjusted being back home and get into a routine before school starts.
Okay, thank you. This is going to sound just as convoluted as everything else I've heard, but all right. First of all, I have obviously granted the department's motion to extend the case and retain the case on the court's docket. I'll continue the department's temporary managing conservator. I'll order the transition monitored return. The way I'm going to do it, beginning this coming Friday, the 11th, the children will go with mother beginning at 6 p.m. on Friday, the 11th, and stay until Sunday night, the 13th at 6 p.m. On the second weekend from then, whatever that date is, children will go back to mom again beginning Friday at 6 p.m. If there's no problems before Sunday at 6 p.m., then the children will just remain there after the second weekend. Now, what I've probably set myself up for a hearing in a couple of weeks is, I don't know how to handle it. If somebody raises their hand and says, well, I think there's a problem, then a parent or whoever, they can file a motion and I'll hear it sometime the next week. Whatever. I don't know the dates. I don't have a calendar in front of me, but if somebody says there's a problem, file a motion. And after that second weekend, Sunday, I'll hear it the following week. I'll work it in somehow. But if I don't hear anything after the 2 weekends, the kids will just stay there Sunday night instead of going back at 6 p.m.
And Your Honor, for clarification on my end, you granted the extension at the beginning of your announcing the judgment or the orders, but then you referred to the placement and the reunification plan as a transitional monitored return. And I just request clarification on which one of those we are officially doing, because I think what hypothetically would happen is with the extension granted, the deadline goes out 6 months. With a monitored return, the extension would go out an additional 6 months, and I'm not sure if that would be necessary.
What I intend is if they stay home the second weekend, if there's the department, St. Francis, they can continue to monitor it for a reasonable amount of time. I'm not going to say when. Somebody will file a motion to dismiss. And I would hope after the 2 weekends, if nobody has a problem with the kids being home with mom, I would hope the attorneys can get together and just sign an agreed order to dismiss. If not, either Mr. Nowak or probably Mr. Ronho will file a motion to dismiss. And unless I hear that there was a problem these next 2 weekends, I'm going to grant it probably without even a hearing.
Your Honor, I'm going to voice this sounds like my opportunity to request an actual hearing if that type of motion gets filed. We do still have Mr. Guzman's, legal rights to the children intact. And I think it would be in the best interest of the children for the court to address that before dismissing out.
Well, we can do that. I wasn't through with my ruling. I'm going to order there be no contact between Mr. Guzman and Mrs. Guzman or the children of any type, virtual, phone, in person. So What I anticipate is either somebody's going to be filing a motion in a couple of weeks saying there's a problem. We want the kids, we're going to have to revisit the transition plan, or I won't hear anything. And then I'm hoping I'll either get a motion from probably Mr. Ronho to dismiss the case, period, or maybe from Mr. Nowak. So, but until I dismiss the case, St. Francis and/or the department can check on those kids as many times as they'd like to. So,
And Your Honor, at this time, I would go ahead and request that the court set a final about 3 months out.
okay. Let me look at my calendar.
And actually, I think the next perm is 120 days out, Your Honor. So it could be 3 to 4 months. I don't know if anybody else has an opinion on that.
Well, I was going to announce today before we took up this transition monitored return. I was going to announce final on September 15th. I can leave it there, or I can push it to October 6th.
If we could have October 6th, Your Honor, please.
Okay. Okay, that will see. I've covered no contact. I've set out the 2 weekends. I think that covers at least what I intended to order. So, along with no contact of any type between the children and Mr. Guzman. Okay, and I will set the final hearing for October 6, 2025. It will be by Zoom like today's hearing, so parties and attorneys, our parties can ask their lawyers, attorneys can go on the court's online docket a day or two before October 6th to see exactly what time we'll have the hearing that day.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you all. We'll be in recess. For those of you involved, I'll be back here in about 5 minutes or so, maybe a little longer to call another Randall County case. Ms. Gutierrez, obviously for the department, and Ms. Wiggins representing the child. Now the question is, who's representing mom and dad?
Judge Vince here. And when I think the court had already appointed Ms. Mullinax before I filed my, Ms. Stringer retained me.
Okay.
I have a motion to substitute in an order, I believe, Judge, on file. I would ask the court to consider that.
Okay.
And so I will be representing Teresa Stringer.
Okay. I was out of town for the holidays, so it's probably in one of my queues, and I will sign that order that substitutes you.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay. Now, Mr. Stringer, number one, is he with us anywhere? I didn't see him in the waiting room.
Judge, I just spoke to him. He was in the waiting room and he said he got bounced. I told him to log back in again, so he should be logging in momentarily.
Okay. Now, Mr. Hill, you're going to be representing him, so Ms. Graff can be
Released.
Yes, sir.
do we have any kind of motion and order? I need to sign an order on it.
I can make an oral motion or I can file a written motion if you want, but I'll send you an order either way.
Yeah, just send me an order. I don't need the motion. So
Okay.
Okay, so Ms. Graff, then you are free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Okay. I have Kelsey White in the waiting room.
That is my worker on this one, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, Ms. White is with us, so Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. I heard from Mr. Nowak this morning that
Judge, I'm sorry to interrupt. Can we wait till Mr. Stringer's?
Yeah, I'll give him a couple more minutes. Then I never saw him in my waiting room, but
Okay, let me call him again. I just was on the phone when the hearing started with him, but let me call him again just right quick. Okay.
let's be sure he's got the right link. He may be in somebody else's waiting room.
Okay. Thanks, Judge. Yeah. Sure.
Okay, sure.
And while we're waiting, Judge, I did talk to Teresa Gutierrez this morning, and Teresa Stringer is in agreement to working services as outlined in the petition.
Okay.
Teresa Gutierrez, the only thing we didn't discuss was visitation, but I guess we can talk about that when Mr. Stringer joins us.
Sure.
Thank you so much.
If y'all need a breakout room, we've got until 3:15 on this case. So if you all need to talk some more, I'll be happy to put y'all in a breakout room.
You know what? A fast breakout room just for that issue, Judge, would sure be appreciated.
Sure. Let's wait and let Mr. Hill get his client with us.
And Your Honor, when that breakout room is done, if I could have Kelsey White, and I thought, Kelsey, where's your supervisors? Is Mel Tucker in the waiting room, Your Honor?
No, she was earlier. She was in there
said
earlier.
she'd be on. I'll call her real quick.
She was in there earlier this morning.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Judge, I've got Mr. Stringer on the phone. Judge, he is having issues logging in for some reason, but I've got him on speakerphone. I can confirm to you that this is his voice. I've had numerous in-person meetings with him. If you'll allow me to just come through my phone and my feed.
Yeah, as long as we can hear him, that's fine.
Okay.
All right, so Mr. Nowak, you want me to open the breakout room for the attorneys now?
That'd be wonderful, Judge.
Yeah, okay.
Your Honor, we are back and we have a full agreement. I just want to make sure I've got Mel Tucker in.
She's in.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Well, I'll
Okay.
say she's in. Let me be sure she is. Yeah, she's up there.
Okay, perfect. Has the case been called?
Yes, I've called the case.
Okay, great. I just wanted to make sure before I started talking.
Okay.
There is an agreement between all parties, Ms. Wiggins, the ad litem for the children, as well as Jeff Hill on behalf of the father, Mr. Nowak on behalf of the mother. Both parents are in agreement to working the services as petitioned specifically for each one of them. In addition to that, mother will have visitation of 1 hour per week supervised by the department, and the child will continue in his placement with the father. In addition to that, both parents are in agreement to drug screen by hair follicle and urinalysis by 12 noon tomorrow, 12 p.m.
Here, NUA.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Hey, come here. What? Sorry about that. That was background noise from Mr. Stringer. Apparently he's got his son with him.
Is that the entire agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. I believe that's the entire agreement.
And you said mother's visits 1 hour weekly at where supervised?
Supervised by the department.
Okay. Okay. Mr. Nowak, you've heard what Ms. Gutierrez agreed, has announced. Is that your client's agreement?
That is our agreement, Judge, and I just want Teresa Stringer to know that we'll be coming back for more visitation as circumstances allow. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Hill, you've heard that announcement. Is that your client's agreement?
Judge, it is, and we have one other request that you order the parties, neither one to cut their hair, bleach their hair, or color their hair before the drug test tomorrow.
Okay.
And Your Honor, I did have a message from Mel Tucker just now. She indicates that the father has drug screened. Mel, can you let me know what type of drug screens those were?
He did urine.
He did a UA?
Yes, he did a UA. We were gonna send for a hair, and
she's broken up for
I
me.
believe that's when we
Let's just get them both to do both.
waited for this, and so I do not believe that's been sent yet.
I don't know who's talking, but I'm going to order both parents to both hair and UA, and we'll all have a baseline on everything. Okay. So that's with the Mr. Hill. I think it was you that announced not to alter or cut their hair. So that I'm going to incorporate that into the drug testing order. So I assume nobody's got a problem with that. Okay, give me just a second. Ms. Wiggins, are you in agreement?
I am, Judge.
Okay. Okay, I will approve that agreement. I will order the parents to work the service, each parent to work the services as set out in the department's petition. I'll order that Ms. Stringer have 1 hour weekly supervised or visitation supervised by the department. I'll order both parents to both hair strand and UA drug screen by 12 o'clock noon tomorrow at Care Express in Amarillo. And I'll order both parents not to alter their hair or cut their hair in any fashion before the drug screening that's been ordered. Okay, do we want a compliance hearing?
Yes, Your Honor. If we could get a compliance 2 or 3 months out, I don't know if any of the other have a preference.
I've got no September 5th or October 6th. Y'all just tell me what you want.
I think September sounds good, Judge.
Everybody in agreement with that one?
And just to remind you, Judge, that is a Friday.
All right, let's not do the Friday. Let's do, how are we looking on the September 8th?
Teresa, do you think we can fit that one? I know that day's getting really busy, which is why I offered a Friday.
Okay, let me open up my stuff over here real quick. Give me one.
I don't mind the Friday if y'all are doing it for me. I don't mind.
But I think it's a holiday. I think.
Oh, I do mind holiday.
Yeah, you didn't have a holiday. I'm sorry, you didn't have a docket that week.
September 1st is the holiday.
Brittany?
Yeah, everybody's talking. I'm just going to let y'all talk and you tell me what you want.
El Bedrawi has gone away because we resolved that one. So that's still on the online docket, but we will not need to have that hearing if that helps clear some stuff up.
What
Okay,
day?
then that would be the 8th. So then we can definitely do that.
Okay. Okay, then I will set the compliance hearing for September 8th, 2025. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearings. So parties can get with their attorneys, or anyone can go on the court's online docket to see exactly what time on September 8th we'll have that hearing.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is the child's placement with the father also approved?
Yes, I'm sorry, I didn't announce it. Yes, I'll make that part of the order. Okay, in addition to my previous order, the ordered child continued to be placed with Michael Stringer. All right, I appreciate you guys working that out. Our next hearing is not. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the mother, Mrs. Stringer. She is with us. Mr. Hill's with us representing the father, Mr. Stringer. I don't know if he's with us or not. He's not in my waiting room, Mr. Hill. He could be with Mrs. Stringer. Is he with you?
No, Judge, he wouldn't be. I spoke to him earlier this morning. He didn't sound well. He sounded like he didn't feel good. He said he didn't feel good. I would not be surprised if he was iffy as to whether or not he would make it. He said the child was teething or something last night, and he was up all night with the child, and sounded like he was having a bad morning. I can try and contact him and see if he intends to be here, or we can just proceed.
We'll go ahead since I'm running late already. I'll watch the waiting room for him. I have Desiree Riggs, Cherie Hughes, and Crystal Potts in the waiting room.
Cherie Hughes and Desiree Riggs is actually for another hearing. I don't recognize the Cox name, Your Honor.
Potts, Potts.
Okay, I think she's a caseworker on another case.
Okay. All right, then we are ready to proceed, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Is Cherie in? Yes.
She is. She's not connected to the audio yet. Let's give her a second. I don't think she is.
Yes,
Ms.
sir.
Hughes, can you hear me, Ms. Hughes?
Yes.
Oh, okay. She's just with us. If you'd raise your right hand, ma'am, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. We start by asking the court to take judicial notice of the compliance report filed on September 3rd of 2025.
All right, so noted, and I did read that report.
Thank you, Your Honor. And the department calls Cherie Hughes as its witness.
Okay, I've just sworn in.
Thank you, Your Honor. Cherie, you are the caseworker for the Family-Based Safety Services case of the Stringers. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And in your court report, you indicated that both parents are working services. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
However, would you agree that that maybe Ms. Stringer isn't working services as fast as may be necessary?
I think there's been a little bit of delay, yes. But I have talked to some providers since I filed my report. And as far as the rational behavior therapy class, I need to update on that. They are waiting for her to contact them to let them know. She did sign in, but she left at some point. They don't know what part she left at. So if she can let them know kind of exactly where she left, they can either give her credit or she will need to retake the class. We just kind of need to know that part. And then as far as her drug screen, she's done those well. I am waiting on that last drug screen that was done on August the 27th. And she's been at every visit with Scotty at the office. Those have gone really well. And then on the other ones, as far as Synacor, they did not have a release, so they couldn't confirm or deny whether she's been there. So I just need to have that release signed.
Let me interrupt for a second. Mr. Stringer just joined the waiting room. Let me get him in.
Alrighty.
All right, for the record, Mr. Stringer has now joined us. Ms. Gutierrez, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. Now, Ms. Hughes, going through Ms. Stringer's services, it sounds like she may have completed rational behavior therapy, but we don't know. Is that correct?
Yes, she needs to contact them and let them know where exactly she left.
Did she complete her psychological evaluation?
She did.
Do we have the results back?
We do not.
Okay. And how is she doing on her individual counseling?
She, as far as I know from the counseling office, she's made 2 appointments, but they have not seen or heard from her from the last one. They considered her a no-call, no-show. So I don't have any update on if there's a new appointment of any kind.
In her parenting classes, how is she progressing?
As far as I know, she has started her parenting class. They said that she has attended at least 1 session.
Now, regarding the releases, those were ordered in the temporary order for required participation. Is that correct?
Correct.
So we're just asking the mom to comply with that order. Is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. And her prior drug screens, she was positive, but it was for marijuana. Is that accurate?
Yes.
Okay. In regards to Senecor for the release, can you give us more details? I mean, has she attended or stated she attended a program?
I have not had any update on if she's attended any type of program.
Okay, so why do we think there are records at Senecor that we need to get?
They told me they could not, when I gave them her name, it took them a second, and then they just stated they did not have a release of any kind, so they could not confirm or deny that she's been there.
Okay, and for clarification, has mom stated that she's been to Senecor for some type of treatment?
I have not spoken with mom. All of my communication goes through Mr. Nowak.
Okay, thank you. I'll move along. And how is Mr. Stringer complying with services?
His counseling session, I believe, begins on September the 20th. He has completed parenting. He completed a parenting class, the 365 father, back in April, and we accepted that as a recent parenting class. And then he completed the rational behavior therapy class.
Thank you. And do we have any concerns about Mr. Stringer with the child at this time?
No, ma'am.
Alrighty. Do we think it's in the child's best interest that this order for their required participation continue?
Yes, ma'am.
And are we asking that a compliance hearing be set 2 to 3 months out?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, pass the witness.
Mr. Nowak. Thank you, Judge. And Cherie, it's always good to see you. And as always, thanks for taking my phone calls all the time, and thanks for all the great updates. It seems like we got off to a slow start, but would you agree with me that Teresa Stringer is on the right path at this moment?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And I'll call her in a moment to clear some stuff up. But Cherie, that's all I have. Thank you so much. Pass the witness, Judge.
Mr. Hill?
Oh, one more thing, if I might. And I'm so sorry. Hey, Cherie, the minute we're done, will you email me the release that you need signed, and I'll make sure that happens?
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Judge.
Mr. Hill?
No questions, Judge.
All right, Ms. Wiggins.
I have no question, Judge.
All right, then. Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
Nothing further, Your Honor. We're just asking that this order, these required participation for the parents continue, as well as that a compliance hearing be set 2 to 3 months out.
All right. All right, Mr. Nowak, any witnesses?
Just briefly, my client, Teresa Stringer, Judge.
All right. Ms. Stringer, if you'd unmute. Thank you, ma'am. If you'd raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you, Mr. Nowak.
Teresa, good to see you. And we're running about 30 minutes late today, so I'm going to be real brief. Talk to us about this rational behavior training. It looks like you checked out of class a little early. What happened there?
My Wi-Fi, excuse me, they've been doing work on my Wi-Fi lines, so I lost about the last hour, 45 minutes of the class.
Okay.
Like
Now it's on.
45 minutes to an hour.
Thank you. Now it's on you to call that provider and get that information to that provider and get that last hour made up. Can you do that?
Yes.
All right. Tell me about Senecor.
I have an appointment with Senecor on Tuesday at 1 p.m. and also on Wednesday at 11.
Okay. And you mentioned to me that you're paying for some of your services. Is that accurate?
Yes, and that's why things have gotten off to a slow start. I work about 50 hours a week, 12-hour days, and just to be able to pay for these, it was going to be $250 for the first assessment, $150 per class after that.
Your Honor,
Paying for parenting classes as well.
can we get some clarification on which services she's paying for?
Yeah, what are you having to pay for, Ms. Stringer?
Senecor, for the original assessment, it is $250, and per session after that is $150, is what I was told. So that's why it took me a few weeks to gather the funds together to go.
Okay, well, you go ahead and finish your questioning, but I'm not seeing that. I don't know why she should be paying for her own services. So.
And that, I wanted to bring that up to, especially for Sharita here, so that maybe we can get together and get whatever we need to get to Senecor. And I think, Teresa, you told me you're paying $20 a parenting class.
Yes, sir.
If Sharita, if you and I can address those two things afterwards, that'd be great. When you send me the release, just send me whatever information I need to move this along to where the department's paying. Teresa, just keep up the good work. We'll get this stuff paid for. Judge, that's all I have. Thank you so much.
Anyone else have questions for Ms. Stringer?
I have just a couple. Ms. Stringer, what are you asking Senecor to give you treatment for?
Honestly, not Not entirely sure. My assessment is on Tuesday at 1 over the phone, and I'm pretty sure I would find out more information. I also have counseling classes that start on the 18th.
I'm going to object to non-responsive just so that we can keep it short.
Go ahead. Just go ahead and ask your questions.
Okay. What are you? Senecor is a substance abuse treatment facility. Is that correct?
I don't know what Senecor is.
Okay. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Ms. Wiggins?
No question, Judge.
Mr. Hill?
No questions, Judge.
All right. Ms. Stringer, did you say they told you the initial assessment that I guess you're doing tomorrow is $200?
$250, Your Honor.
All right. You don't pay that. If we can't work this out, then you don't need to go to that appointment because they probably won't see if it's not paid for, but I don't want you paying for anything out of your pocket. So,
yes, Your Honor. And that's what I was told, that they would not see me without the money being given to them first off.
well, we'll get to the bottom of that. I don't know if we need to do it during this hearing, but this court's not going to order you to do services unless the department's requesting you do them. If you're going to do them, they're going to pay for them. So.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Let's see, Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
Yes, Your Honor. The department, I'm checking the order for required participation to see if there is a substance abuse assessment through OSAR. I believe the statute on the OTPs under which this petition was filed required the parents to pay for their services if they're going through their own chosen provider. However, if it's an assessment she's needing, I think that could be done through OSAR to determine whether or not she needs treatment. Also, Your Honor, the department historically has not paid for substance abuse treatment. We will do the referral for the OSAR assessment, and let me finish looking at this so I can tell you whether or not that's already been ordered. Yes, Your Honor, there is an order for a drug and alcohol assessment and that's already been ordered, Your Honor. We ask that specifically be ordered through outreach, screening, assessment, and referral. Hopefully that will cut that cost for Ms. Stringer. However, if she does choose to go to a different provider, we request that she be responsible financially as per the Texas Family Code.
All right, Ms. Stringer, did you pick Senecor on your own?
Your Honor, that was what was in the order, and it had a phone number for me to call.
Okay, so somebody put the wrong phone number in there, I guess. So, okay, you don't go to Senecor. This OSAR, I can't remember, outreach, substance abuse referral. Is that
Yes,
whatever it is? They'll get with you. You can get this assessment done through OSAR at their cost, not yours. So your worker will get with you, and so you just don't worry about going to Senecor tomorrow. So.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
You bet. Okay, Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
No, Your Honor, just a compliance hearing, please.
Okay, and Mr. Nowak, any witnesses?
No, sir.
All right, Mr. Hill.
No witnesses, Judge.
All right, Ms. Wiggins, recommendations?
I do believe it's in the child's best interest that the order to participate continues so mom can complete her services. The child is doing well with the father. We have nothing to add.
Okay. All right, then I'll just order that both parents continue to work the services that have previously been ordered, with the exception of Ms. Stringer will attend the OSAR assessment rather than anything to do with Senecor at this time, and follow any recommendations made from that OSAR assessment. So, okay, I've got compliance dates. I can do one. This might be a little quick. I've got October 6th or I've got November 3rd.
November 3rd, I think, would be better, Your Honor.
Okay. Then I will set a compliance hearing just like today's hearing for November 3rd, 2025. Parties can either talk to their lawyers or anyone can go on the court's online docket a day or two before November 3rd to see exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing. So apologize, we were running behind, but we will stand in recess, and I will be back here in just a couple of minutes. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the mother, Ms. Stringer, who's with us. Mr. Hill is with us representing the father, Mr. Stringer, who's with us. I have Cherie Hughes in the waiting room.
That is my worker on this one, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll get her in, and I did not receive a report on this, so I'm really not up to speed on where the compliance is. So.
Oh, okay. I think they filed it well, let me see. That may be from the earlier hearing.
I will say I left a week ago last Saturday for a judicial conference that I was at last week. So if it hadn't come in before then, there's a good chance I did not get it.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. I'll have her go through everything then. And the department calls Cherie Hughes as its witness if she is in now.
She should be. I'll let her in. Yeah, there she is.
Okay,
Ms. Hughes?
great. Did you file a court report for this hearing?
I did, yes.
Okay, do you have the date that that was filed?
Let me look. It's 1 second.
Okay, would October 29th sound about right?
Yes. I'm
Okay.
looking for that email. Someone else, I had to send it to someone else because the person that normally does that for us, she left the department, so I had to send it to somebody else. So that does sound right, that Wednesday. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Well, the judge has not had a chance to read it yet. I was on vacation last week, so I apologize. We're going to have you go through this in detail, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right. Can I get an update on Teresa Stringer and how she's doing on her services?
Okay, so for Mrs. Stringer, we did ask her to do a parenting class. As of the time that I filed the paper, they still only show that she's attended one session. And that was brought up at the last hearing, that Mrs. Stringer stated that she was having to pay for those. I believe she stated $25. I did call Family Support Services when we got off that afternoon. They did show the one time. They did show that she only paid $10, but they were able to find where my paperwork that was sent to them previously was overlooked, where the department did pay for that. So they've had a credit or a refund for her waiting until she returns as far as the parenting class goes.
Okay.
She did complete her psychological evaluation with Stonebridge. I finally got that report back. They did recommend an extensive psychoeducation towards parenting. They also recommended some type of maybe some dog training classes per what she told them the reason that we were involved. I wasn't sure about that. And then they also stated that she might benefit from a life coach. I do have her enrolled in counseling. She is seeing a therapist. I did just receive the psychosocial on that. It was a recommendation to continue with counseling and parenting. Also, a benefit from an OSAR assessment and follow their recommendations. And then also maybe a 12-step program like AA or a Celebrate Recovery. She has completed 2 of those counseling sessions with the therapist. She did actually complete the OSAR assessment. I know when we were here last time, she stated that she had been saving up money to go to Synacor, and Judge Graham stated that no, we weren't going to go that route. We didn't want her paying out of pocket. So we did the OSAR assessment. She did that on October 22nd and was recommended to go to Padre. I spoke with Brianna, the one that's over Padre, as early as 11 o'clock this morning. I wanted to make sure I was current on that. There have been 2 times that they set up October 27th and then October 31st for her to complete the assessment and get enrolled. And she did not make it on the October the 31st, and they have not heard back from her. So they do need for her to call them since it has been 2 missed times. They won't be reaching out to her. As far as the rational behavior therapy class, she did complete that class. And then I'm trying to think what else off the top of my head. She is visiting Scotty at our office for 1 hour a week. Last Wednesday was the first time she missed. She stated she was out of town and couldn't make it. And so we had to basically not have that visit because she wasn't going to be there in time. So we just said we would follow through this week when she comes at her regular time. I think that's about all.
Okay. So as far as what we are asking the judge to order out of all those recommendations, help me clarify that, okay?
So basically, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Okay. So it looks like we need the Padre program to be ordered. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. A 12-step program.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, as far as that recommendation from the psychological evaluation for intensive, you said psychoeducation towards parenting, do you have a service that we are asking the court to order for that?
I think that she would really benefit from the kind of the extensive parenting program that Family Support, where we originally sent her for that parenting program, because that one is a little more extensive than just a regular 2 or 3 day one. So I think she would really benefit from that one.
Okay.
I also left out, I'm sorry, the drug screens, and she has drug screened for me. I did file those drug screen results as well.
Okay. Were there any concerns with those drug screens?
We're still seeing alcohol as on the 2 times that I've tested her specifically for alcohol. They both are resulting in positive for alcohol still.
Okay. Let's see here. Are we also asking the court to have mom reach out to Padre to set that program up for herself?
Yes, ma'am. Per Brianna, that's, I guess, how it has to be since the 2 times have missed.
Alrighty. How do those visits go with the child when Ms. Stringer makes them?
As far as the visit between Mrs. Stringer and Scotty, they're going well. He was recently diagnosed with autism and a speech impediment. So there's not a lot of actual verbal communication. She does play with him well. She sits in the floor, she talks to him, she reads to him. So that part is going well.
Okay. And in regards to, well, is there anything else on Teresa Stringer's services?
No, ma'am.
All right. In regards to Mr. Stringer, can you give us a detailed update on how he's doing?
Yes. He has completed all but one of his counseling sessions, and that would probably be finished this week. He did complete the RBT and his parenting classes. So that is all that we had asked him to do.
And the child is placed with him, is that correct?
That is correct.
How is Scotty doing in that placement with Dad?
He's doing well with Dad. He's very bonded to Dad. Mr. Stringer also enrolled him in public school. He just turned 3, so ECI could no longer work with him, but Dad enrolled him in public school where he's going to be getting helped with his speech and then other type of aid that he may need that they see would be appropriate.
And are Mr. Stringer's screens coming out clean?
Yes, we have not screened him for quite a while because they were all negative.
And are we asking for another compliance hearing prior to the dismissal date on this case?
We are, please.
All right. And do you believe that's necessary to reduce the risk for abuse and neglect to Scotty?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right, I pass the witness.
Well, thank you, Mr. Nowak.
Thank you, Judge. Cherie, it's always good to see you. Hey, can you shoot me an email with the Padre contact information so Teresa and I can make sure that we get that set up?
Yes, sir, I can. Absolutely.
Other than that, has Teresa been compliant with you?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much, Judge. I'll pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Hill.
No questions, sir.
All right, Ms. Wiggins.
No questions, Judge.
All right. All right, Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
Cherie, is there anything else we need to share with the court?
Not at this time that I can think of.
Okay, thank you. No, Your Honor, we're just asking for Ms. Stringer to be ordered to successfully complete that Padre program, as well as a 12-step program, and for her to initiate contact with the Padre program.
All right, then, Mr. Nowak, did you have any witnesses?
I don't think so, Judge, but just out of caution, this is Ms. Stringer's case. So Teresa, did I miss anything? We're going to get with Padre. We're going to get with the 12-step. Have I missed anything, Teresa? I can't hear you.
Yes. So I contacted Brianna with the Padre program twice, and I was informed that she would be quitting on December the 8th, and I would have to either go to Lubbock or another regional area. So when I talked to my therapist, he said that I should just go ahead and get in contact with the Lubbock area.
And that's on the Padre program?
I believe so.
Cherie, how can you help us here?
That is news to me. I mean, I just talked to Brianna this morning at 11, and she stated that she's just waiting on her to call. She did not tell me anything about needing to go somewhere else or contact anybody else, or that she was even leaving.
Perfect. Would you shoot me that contact information, though?
Yes, sir, I will.
And Teresa, is that all we need the judge to know for right now?
I believe so. As far as the parenting classes, again, we asked Miss Cherie for another option because I can't keep taking off Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays from work.
Cherie?
That's the only extensive parenting program I know. I can do some research and see what else I can find, but that's the only extensive one that I know of. And that was what was recommended in the psychological evaluation.
Okay, well, let's work our best on that. And if you do have another option, Cherie, if you'd let me know, I sure would appreciate that.
I will do that, sir.
All right. I think that's it, Teresa, correct?
Okay,
Yes.
I'm having a really hard time hearing you, Mr. Nowak. I don't know if anybody else is.
Yes.
All right, you know what? I'm going to, that's all I have, Judge. I'll pass the witness.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Hill, any witnesses?
No, sir.
All right, Ms. Wiggins, witnesses.
No, Your Honor.
Ms. Wiggins, recommendations.
Thank you, Judge. I do recommend that the order to participate continues so we can provide services for the Stringer family. The child is doing really well with the father. No concerns at all with the child being placed there.
Okay, all right, thank you. Then I will order the parents continue working the services as previously ordered. I'll order Mother Ms. Stringer to complete the Padre program. However, I don't know if that's an in-person program, but if we got a problem with Padre here, we can't have her going to Lubbock. So we're just going to have to work around that. I mean, I know in extensive parenting, I have seen cases where the therapist will say we can cover more in the way of parenting, and that would suffice to do that. If that's what it takes, that's what we could do. And I will order she participate in a 12-step program. So as far as compliance hearings, how far out would you like it, Ms. Gutierrez?
I think my dismissal date is the 19th. Let me go look. Let me see.
I ordered the services on July 7th, if that helps you.
Okay, so January 12th is the dismissal date.
Okay.
It may be the 5th because I have a feeling that 12th is probably filled up already.
I had 12/1, 1/5, or 2/2, so January 5th works fine.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, then I will order another compliance hearing, just like today's hearing. That will be held on January 5th, 2026, just like today's hearing by Zoom. Parties can ask their lawyers or go on the court's online docket a day or two before January 5 to see exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing, so you don't have to sit around in the waiting room. So, okay, that will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved, I'll be back for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Hill is with us representing the father, Mr. Stringer. I don't see him. Mr. Hill, were you expecting him?
Judge, I was. I actually, and I didn't notice that he wasn't on screen. I spoke to him yesterday evening, and he planned to be here. I can shoot him a text message just real quick here. And
that'd be fine. We're still waiting for Mr. Nowak too, who represents the mother, and she's not with us either. So, yeah, we'll give it a few minutes to see if the parents show up and Mr. Nowak.
Judge, can I get a breakout room with Courtney?
Sure.
Hey, Judge, we're playing musical breakout room. Can you put in Cherie Hughes and Kelsey Moore so Teresa can now talk to them?
Sure.
Thank you.
Hey, Jeff, real quick, the department said okay to what you were asking about.
Thank you.
Sure.
Okay, looks like everybody's back with us. Mr. Nowak's still not with us. We'll go ahead and proceed. We've got a full day ahead of us. So, Ms. Gutierrez, we are ready to proceed.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. The department calls Cherie Hughes as its witness.
Okay. Ms. Hughes, raise your right hand. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you. Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Cherie, you prepared a court report for this case. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And that was filed on December 22nd of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Your Honor, we ask that the court take judicial notice of that court report.
All right, so noted, and I did read that report.
Thank you. Cherie, since the filing of the court report, has Ms. Teresa Stringer made any progress on the counseling that she had no-shows and no-call no-shows for?
Not to my knowledge, no, ma'am.
Okay.
Let me know for just a second. Mr. Nowak's just joined us in the waiting room, so. All right, for the record, Mr. Nowak is now in with us. He represents the mother, Ms. Stringer, who is not with us. Mr. Nowak, were you expecting Ms. Stringer?
No, she texted me this morning that she's at urgent care with what she thinks is the flu, and my apologies to the court and counsel and all the other professionals. I've been sitting in Judge Baker's waiting room. I just emailed Rachel, Katie, are the hearings running late this morning? My apologies, not a good show for the first workday of the year. First workday for me.
Well, you haven't missed anything other than Ms. Hughes' first question was, has Ms. Stringer completed? What was it, Ms. Gutierrez?
Counseling.
Since the last hearing, and the answer was no. That's all you've missed. Go ahead, Ms. Gutierrez.
Thank you, Your Honor. Cherie, as well, your court report indicated that Ms. Stringer had not drug screened since October or alcohol screened since October. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And so are her screens for November and December both presumed positive?
Yes, ma'am.
At the last hearing on November 3rd, she was ordered to start a 12-step program and the Padre program. Has she started either one of those programs?
It's my understanding when I filed that court report, she has not.
Okay. Are there any other updates on Teresa Stringer's progress since the filing of the court report?
No, ma'am.
All right. And Scott still resides with Michael, is that correct? His father?
Yes, ma'am.
What are the updates for Scott since the filing of the court report?
He's doing really well. He is in the public school. He attends school Monday through Friday. He's there from like about 7:30, 7:45 in the morning till almost lunchtime. He's made a lot of progress. I think just the couple of times I've kind of witnessed some of his visitation with his mom, he is saying more words. When I've seen him at the home, he's a little more interactive than he had been. So I think this has been a very positive thing for him to be in school and having speech in school and just the other interactions with teachers that can help him.
That is good to hear. And in regards to the father, Michael, does he continue to be protective of the child?
Yes.
And has he made a good faith effort to complete his services?
Yes, ma'am. He's completed all of his services.
All right. Let's see here. Do we believe still that because of Miss Teresa Stringer's failure to participate in services that there is still a risk to the child of abuse or neglect?
Yes, ma'am.
Are we asking that this order to participate case be continued with the court?
Yes, ma'am.
And I know your court report indicated we were asking for dismissal. Are we changing that request at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you please explain why?
I believe that the concerns that we've had originally have not been mitigated. I know that the department cannot really ask for certain things after a dismissal. So I believe that there is a divorce hearing later this month, and hopes that maybe there is some type of visitation supervision maybe could be ordered there, and maybe Mrs. Stringer could finish some of her services or engage in her services before that hearing so that we can see some progress being made.
Okay. And so as well, depending on what that divorce order is, would the department consider dismissing out sooner rather than later after that hearing?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Are there any other updates we need to share with the court?
No, ma'am.
Okay, pass the witness.
All right, Mr. Nowak.
Thank you, Judge. Hey, Sherry, it's always good to see you. Teresa mentioned to me that there were some missed visits between her and the child. Were any of those missed visits her fault?
One of them, I believe she was out of town. She stated she was in California. And then I know of one of them recently, while I was off for the break. I believe Scotty was sick with the stomach bug maybe. But those are the ones that I do know of.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you so much, Sherry. Judge, that's all I have.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Hill.
Thank you, Judge. And for the record, Judge, I have got Mr. Stringer on the cell phone. He's been listening to the hearing.
Okay.
So he is present with us.
All right.
Judge, I would just share in the department's concerns and requests that this case be extended and remain open until we can get the divorce finalized at the end of this month in Judge Frausto's court. And then St. Francis can take another look at it and see if they would like to get out after that.
Okay. So it is a final that's set later this month?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right then. All right. Thank you. Ms. Wiggins.
I have no questions, Judge.
All right then. Ms. Gutierrez, anything further from the department?
Nothing further from the department, Your Honor. We are asking for the court to make a finding that the order should be extended. I believe it's, let's see. Yes, under that 264.203.
Okay. All right then. Mr. Noack, did you have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
Mr. Hill? Mr. Hill,
No, sir.
all right. Ms. Wiggins, recommendations, anything that we haven't heard?
No, Your Honor. The child is doing very well with dad, and we would concur with the extension just so we can have a little more time to get this figured out.
Okay. All right then. I will grant the extension requested by the department. I'll just order the parents, or I guess Mr. Stringer has completed his services. I'll order Ms. Stringer to continue to work the services as previously ordered. I realize we'll probably have a dismissal after the final divorce hearing, but Ms. Gutierrez, do you want to set a compliance hearing, or do we even need to?
Cherie, do you want me to have him ask him to set a compliance hearing?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I think you're right, Your Honor. We don't need it.
All right, then I won't set any further hearings in this case. Obviously, if the divorce hearing takes care of the issues that have to do with Scott, then I would certainly sign an agreed order that dismisses this case. So, okay, that will conclude this hearing. For those of you involved,
This is a motion to participate, which is a Texas Family First case. Ms. Gutierrez is with us for the department. Ms. Wiggins is with us representing the child. Mr. Barfield is with us representing the mother, Miss Evans, who is also with us. That's all the parties. I had Kathy Jones in the waiting room twice. One of them's, I don't know, but the other is still trying to join, but she's here with us. So I don't know who the other one is. I have Becky Amos and Misty Fronter House.
Okay, Becky Amos is my worker on this one, Your Honor.
Okay.
Kathy, is that other name the name of the worker for the TFF program? It looks like she's saying yes, Your Honor. Can we bring that lady in as well, please?
Yeah, I'm trying. I hit both Kathy Jones. It's the other one's.
I'm sorry. I'm here, Judge.
Okay. The other one's just spooling, saying trying to join. So I guess we don't need whoever it was supposed to be.
Misty Fronter House needs to be.
Okay. She needs to be in. Okay. That's who I'm getting in. Okay. She's with us now. So Ms. Gutierrez, you may proceed.
Your Honor, I start by asking the court to take judicial notice of the family plan of service filed on July 3rd of 2025.
Okay, so noted.
Thank you. And I do believe that these TFF cases, these Texas Family First cases, are usually done by agreement. Mr.
Yeah.
Barfield, is your client in agreement to working this TFF?
My understanding is she is. Miss Evans, would you verbalize whether you intend to work services and participate or not?
Yes, I would. Absolutely.
Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor. We ask for Ms. Evans to be ordered to participate in that program, as well as that family plan of service be made an order of the court that was filed on July 3rd.
Give me just a second. All right, Ms. Wiggins, are you in agreement?
Yes, I am, Judge.
Okay, then I will approve that agreement. I will order Ms. Evans to work the services as contained in the family plan of service filed July 3rd, 2025. Do we want a compliance hearing?
Yes, Your Honor, please.
How far out?
2 or 3 months out. Brooks, does it matter to you how far out we do this?
How about 60 days out, Judge? Does that sound reasonable?
Yeah, I've got this. I guess we could do it September 8th. That's like we did the last one.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, I will set a compliance hearing for September 8th, 2025. It will be by Zoom, just like today's hearing. So Ms. Evans can either talk to Mr. Barfield, or any of you can go on the court's online docket a day or two before September 8th to see exactly what time of day we'll have that hearing on September 8th. Well, this was an easy one. So we will stand in recess then on this case. I will be back at 3:45 to call 2 Randall County related cases. They are both permanency hearings. One is on I will call 2 Randall County related cases. both here on permanency hearings. Ms. Wildman's with us for the department. Mr. Nowak is with us representing the child. Mr. Barfield is with us representing Mr. Hathaway, who is with us. Ms. Dominguez, the mother's with us. Ms. Grant, her attorney, is not with us yet. I'll watch the waiting room while we're calling the other case. I showed Mr. Hathaway is incarcerated. Obviously, he's not. So I'd also call Randall County case cousin. In that case, again, Ms. Wildman for the department, Mr. Nowak representing the children. Mr. Michelson is with us representing the father to Koa and James. I show he is incarcerated, so he is not with us. Ms. Lucero was supposed to be representing any unknown fathers, and she's not with us. And again, Ms. Dominguez is with us. Ms. Grant is not. I'm going to give it a couple of minutes, and then we're going to go ahead and get these hearings done. We've got some people that have other engagements this afternoon, so we can't wait long. I'll be back here in just a couple of minutes.
Judge, could you put my client and I in a breakout room since we're delayed?
Sure. Uh-huh.
Judge, we're back.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. Ms. Grant still has not joined us. I've sent her a text message, and I'll watch the waiting room for her. We need to go ahead and get going on these. So, all right, Ms. Wildman, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. We have a motion to retain on this case that we filed. I don't think we've sent the order over to you yet. I've talked to all the parties. Everybody was in agreement with retaining the case. I guess the special circumstances were that at least as of the time we filed that, mother had returned to Amarillo and was pretty diligently engaged in services, which gave us reason to be hopeful for reunification still. So that's a big part of why we're asking for that.
All right, and when you say case, you mean cases?
Cases, yes. I'm sorry, Your Honor. It's
okay.
Are technically separate. I think we all kind of lump them together.
Okay. Just for the record, does anybody object to the extension?
No, Your Honor.
No.
No, Your Honor.
No, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. Then in both cases, I will grant the department's motion to extend the case and retain the case on the court's docket. All right. Ms. Grant has now joined us. Ms. Wildman, you may proceed.
Thank you, Judge. And then I would call Tim Koval in both of the cases.
Okay. Mr. Koval, you swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Thank you. Ms. Wildman.
Thank you, Judge. All right, Mr. Koval, just real briefly, are you the permanency specialist assigned to both of these cases?
I am.
All right, and let's start by getting an update on the children. Let's start with Rayleigh. Is she still placed with her, is it maternal great-grandmother?
That's correct. She's with her maternal great-grandmother. She made good grades ending the school year, and she's been doing volleyball, finished a volleyball season, and is enjoying her summer with her grandmother and her cat and getting together with friends. She's happy and healthy. She's not on any medications, and she's up to date on everything.
All right, perfect. Is she going into seventh grade, or did she finish seventh grade?
She's going into seventh grade.
Okay, perfect.
Mm-hmm.
All right, any other updates the court needs on Rayleigh?
No.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about Stephen. Stephen is still in his fictive kinship placement, correct?
Yes, he is.
All right, and what updates do you have for us on Stephen since the last hearing?
Stephen is doing well. Going back to Rayleigh, I'll just say happy birthday to Rayleigh. She had her birthday on the 3rd of July. Stephen's birthday is coming up on the 15th of July. We've got 3 of these 4 kids that all have birthdays within a couple of weeks of each other. So we were able to have a sibling visit the last week of June and celebrate 3 of the 4 birthdays. So that was good. Stephen's doing really well in his fictive kin placement. He completed first grade, finished his first grade year really strongly after struggling a little bit earlier in the year and with all the changes from, the placement and everything. But he finished really strong. He'll be moving up to second grade. He hasn't had to do summer school or anything of that nature. So Stephen's happy and healthy and doing well.
And is Stephen on any kind of medications?
He's not.
Okay.
He does see a therapist with rolling planes. So that's the only service really that he needs at this time.
All right. Now, let's see. Koa and James, are they still in the same foster placement they've been with?
They are. They're in Lubbock County in that foster placement, and that placement has done really well with them. They're thriving. They go to a daycare/school that is private, that the foster family takes care of out of their own pocket because they weren't really happy with the previous daycare. And the kids are both doing very, very well in that new school. And they also came up for the sibling visit / birthday party at the end of June, and it was Koa's birthday. So got to see them, and they're just very, very happy children.
Now, Koa is the kiddo that was having the issues with holding his breath during tantrums. What's the most recent update on that?
The most recent update on that is he did have his neurologist appointment in mid-May. The neurologist really didn't see any reasons for concern, but out of an abundance of caution, and because this breath holding, passing out behavior can sometimes indicate cardiac issues, he was referred to a cardiologist, and he has an appointment on September 17th with the cardiologist.
Okay. But based on the court report, is it fair to say that the neurologist is pretty hopeful that it's just going to be a behavior that he'll grow out of?
Yes, and in fact, although he still gets upset and holds his breath, the actual passing out component of that, I don't believe has happened since February. So it's been quite some time now. He seems to have kind of self-corrected.
Okay, good. So let's shift gears a little bit and talk about the parents and their service plans. So let's start with Mr. Vaez. Is he still in custody?
Yes, he is in a unit of TDCJ on a multi-year sentence. And he's in a faith-based dormitory, and he's told my LPS worker that his ability to work services is very limited where he is right now. What I can do is send him our parenting packet, which he can fill out and return and get some credit for doing that.
All right, and let's see. Do you recall just off the top of your head when his projected release date might be?
I believe that when he went to TDCJ, it was October of last year, and it was a 12-year sentence. Okay. I don't, off the top of my head, I don't know when he's eligible for parole, but I think that if he fulfills his entire sentence, I believe it's 12 years.
Okay. Now, because of that incarceration, has that limited his ability to complete most of his service plan for things like, finding a job and showing stability and things like that?
Yes, he signed his family plan after I went over it with him and after I mailed it to him. And so he's agreed to that, but he doesn't really have the ability to do much at this point.
Okay. And you are making preparation to send him that parenting packet?
Yes.
All right. Now, let's shift over to let me ask, have there been any updates or anything on a possible father for Steve?
Yes, we from talking with the mom, Jessica Dominguez, she did give us the name of a past boyfriend. And I know there have been some attempts to serve him, but he isn't showing up at the agreed upon place and time for them to serve him in this case.
Is that Tori Torres?
Yes, that is correct.
Sorry, what was the name?
Tori, Torrie or EY, Torres, Torres.
Okay, thank you.
And have you made efforts to contact Mr. Torres?
I have a phone number for him. He's not returned my call.
Right. Now, let's shift over to the case with Rayleigh. What sort of contact and communication have you had with Mr. Hathaway?
Mr. Hathaway actually called me this morning to inform me that he had been released from his county jail incarceration. I believe he said July 1st was when he was released. The court report did say that he was still incarcerated, but that was just a few days prior to July 1st when he was released. So he is seeking employment, not employed at this time, but he may go back to the roofing job that he had done in the past. He's living with a mentor that he had lived with before, and trying to get back on track. But he did contact me and let me know of his current, whereabouts and his situation change.
Did you have a conversation at all with him this morning about working his services?
Yes, the service that we would like him to work is the BIP program. And so I told him that I would contact Family Support Services and would get a schedule for when those classes are offered. And then I will let him know when that is and if he needs assistance with transportation so that we can get him going on those classes.
Okay. And did you talk to him about some of the other things that were in the court report as part of the service plan, such as the drug testing and just maintaining that housing and employment and everything?
Yeah, we didn't have a lot of time to talk, so we didn't go over the entire family plan all over again. But those are things that we will be expecting Mr. Hathaway to do, to submit to drug testing and to show stability in his situation and remain in contact.
Okay. So let's talk now about the mother in this case, Ms. Dominguez, and since the last, court hearing, what sort of progress has she been making?
She's made some progress in her services. Her employment has remained stable. She did move from a 3-bedroom rental home to a 1-bedroom apartment to save money. That 1-bedroom apartment certainly would not be large enough for her to have the children reunified with her there. She completed a domestic violence support group, but I have not received the proof of that being completed just yet. And I believe that she completed parenting classes. She's attended some outpatient rehab with Synacor, and she has attended some counseling sessions. Her hair follicle drug test at the end of April was still positive. It was about half the level of the previous hair follicle test. However, toward the end of June, the last week of June, she did admit to me that she had relapsed.
Now, prior to the relapse, were the UA tests coming back negative?
Yes, the UAs were coming back negative. And then that hair follicle, the most recent hair follicle was April 27th. And as I said, it was about half the level of the previous one.
And so that was consistent with what we were seeing, that it appeared she was showing some sobriety, correct?
She was. She showed some sobriety until at some point in June.
And in fact, I guess that some point in June was fairly close to the time that we were making the decision to retain this case, correct?
Correct.
Now, did she reach out to you and let you know what was going on? As far as the relapse, and was there a subsequent hospitalization?
There was a subsequent hospitalization. She did call me frequently while she was at the hospital. And when we had our first conversation from there, I just kind of asked her what happened, and she said that she had relapsed.
And when we say the hospital, where exactly was she?
The Pavilion.
And I'm assuming, just based on her being here, has she since been released from the Pavilion?
Yes, she was only there from, I want to say maybe a Thursday to the following Monday or Tuesday.
Did she share any of her discharge recommendations with you, or aftercare recommendations?
She has not.
Okay. And so, based off of that based off of the positive progress we saw in this new relapse, are we asking that she complete any additional services?
Yes, I would like for her to submit to another OSAR and see what is recommended as far as inpatient versus outpatient rehab.
Is it fair to say that the department is wanting her to do a inpatient rehab after her relapse while doing an outpatient program?
I believe that if we get an official recommendation from a professional for her to do that, then that would be warranted.
Okay. And are you wanting her to do some sort of mental health evaluation through Texas Panhandle Centers and follow their recommendations in light of the Pavilion stay?
I think that would be recommended as well.
Yeah. Now let's talk about visitation and what sort of visitation's been going on. Obviously, Mr. Baez has not been having any visitation with the younger two boys, correct? Because he's incarcerated?
Correct.
What is, I guess, the current court order regarding visitation for Mr. Hathaway?
for Mr. Hathaway, what was happening before his incarceration was that there were phone calls with Rayleigh. Rayleigh does have a phone. But with him going back to incarceration for a number of months and not really having contact with Rayleigh and kind of being in and out of her life, we have concerns about that. And what we would like to see is that if there is contact, that it be supervised.
Okay. Now, do we have any, other than supervised visitation, or do we have a recommendation regarding whether that should be through telephone or in person or therapeutic? Do we have any specific recommendations at this time?
I believe our recommendation is just that if the court does want contact to occur, that it be supervised phone calls. With Vic being in another city and with not having transportation of his own, I think that in-person contact would be kind of difficult. And he seemed to be content with being in touch with her by phone before. But we just have the reservations about, we want to make sure that he's completing services, and he needs to get into the BIP program and get that completed, which he had not been able to do before. So we would like for that to be a condition of any contact that he does have. And we think that it's in Rayleigh's best interest that the contact be supervised.
Okay. Now, at the last hearing, in regards to Miss Dominguez's visitation, was that suspended by the court until there was a negative hair follicle test?
That's correct.
And so even though she was starting to show some progress, did she ever make it to the point where she was able to restart that visitation?
No, she did not. The hair follicles, we usually do those tests every 3 months, and we would have done it again, toward the end of this month. But obviously that clock is, reset with the relapse.
Does the department have any recommendations as far as visitation restarting, or any conditions that they'd ask from the court regarding that?
We would just ask to continue the orders as they are, no visitation until we have a negative hair follicle test.
Okay. And are you asking for anybody to drug screen today?
I don't have anything to order today.
Okay. Then as far as the continuing danger is concerned, what's the continuing danger with placing any of the children back with Ms. Dominguez?
Well, the continuing danger is her substance use that she's struggled with for quite some time, and that was a factor that led to neglect with the younger children, leaving them on the front porch of her grandmother's. So the substance use and the neglect as a result of the substance use is something that we still have concerns about until she can have continued sobriety and stability.
What is the continued danger with placing the younger two boys with Mr. Baez?
Mr. Baez is incarcerated in TDCJ, so it would not be appropriate for placement there.
And then what are the continuing danger concerns as far as placing Rayleigh back with Mr. Hathaway at this time?
Mr. Hathaway has been in and out of jail, and he's dealt with substance use issues as well, and he needs to have stability and employment and housing and sobriety in order to provide a proper home for Rayleigh.
And would it be fair to say that he's had, a fairly minimal relationship with Rayleigh, and we'd like to see that grow into something more potentially before we felt that would be an appropriate placement?
Yes.
Now, as far as what are some of the reasonable efforts the department's making to reunify these children with their parents?
We continue to make sure that the children are thriving and doing well themselves, and we continue to work with each of the parents to review their service plans on a regular basis, to tailor those service plans for their unique situations, and encourage them to work those services.
Are there any other updates that the court needs at this time regarding any of the parents of the children?
I don't believe so.
I'll pass the witness, Judge.
All right, thank you. Tim, do you know, is Mr. Hathaway done with his criminal matters, or did he come out on probation or parole? Or
He told me this morning that he continues to be on parole, and I guess technically what he said was that it's house arrest. He can go to work between 8 and 5, but I guess he has a curfew, and then on weekends he has to stay at his residence.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you. Ms. Grant, you have any questions?
Just one, Your Honor. Tim, does Stephen Carter continue to do biweekly therapy at Rolling Plains?
He does.
Pass the witness, Judge.
All right. Mr. Barfield?
So, thank you, Judge. So, Mr. Coble, so basically what I'm hearing from you is that, would you have any objections in regards to visits, if those visits were by, say, Zoom or FaceTime rather than just a regular phone call? Supervised, of course.
I believe the key there is supervision. If the judge were to so order that contact resumed, then whether that's phone call or whether that's Zoom, doesn't really matter. But the last I heard, Rayleigh, I guess, was struggling a little bit with the fact that her father did go back to jail, and so I think there's some concern there about her feelings about the matter, and so Rayleigh's interests and concern needs to be taken into account as well, and that's why I think we need the supervision.
Sure, absolutely, and I agree with that, and I think Mr. Hathaway does as well. That's all the questions I have, Judge.
All right, thank you. Mr. Nowak?
No questions, Judge. I'd just like to thank Tim for his excellent updates. Thank you so much, sir, and thank you, Judge.
Absolutely. Tim, you said that Mr. Hathaway wasn't local. Where's he living?
Well, Mr. Hathaway's in Pampa, so he's not very far away. He's just an hour away from Rayleigh.
Okay. Okay, thank you. All right, Ms. Wildman, any other witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, Ms. Grant, any witnesses?
No, Your Honor, we rest.
Thank you, Mr. Barfield.
I just want to ask my client a couple of questions, just mainly for clarification to the court about his situation.
Sure. Mr. Hathaway, if you'd unmute.
Yes, sir.
Raise your right hand, please. You swear the testimony you give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Barfield.
Thank you, Judge. Mr. Hathaway, my understanding is you are currently on parole.
Yes, sir.
You do not have any new pending criminal charges?
No, sir.
That you are you on parole until May of 2026?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Have you gotten, based on the current charges and your parole, you are not anticipating going back to jail during the pendency of this case?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, Mr. Coble mentioned some conditions about your parole. You do have parole conditions.
Yes, sir, I do.
But those conditions won't prevent you from getting enrolled in BIP and beginning to work services now that you got your jail time out of the way.
No, sir. As long as I can go to that class before 5 o'clock in the afternoon, from 8 to 5, because I'm on house arrest for 2 months, 2 to 3 months. I don't know for how long, but
okay. And will you agree to keep in contact with Mr. Coble so that he knows your situation, so the department can work with you, so we can start, getting you in a better place with your daughter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And do you agree to work these services as ordered by the court?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And are you currently seeking employment?
Yes, sir, I am.
All right. What's your transportation situation?
I really don't have one right now, but
okay. So the virtual visits, and by virtual I mean either telephone or face or Zoom, whatever. We are asking that you have some supervised visits with your daughter, as long as she's okay with that. Is that right?
Yes, sir. That's fine.
Okay. Okay. Do you have any questions for the court?
No, sir. Thank you.
Right. Pass a witness.
Anyone else have questions for Mr. Hathaway?
No, sir.
Okay, then. Mr. Nowak, you didn't have any witnesses?
No witnesses, Judge.
All right, Mr. Nowak, recommendations?
My recommendation is to continue TMC and continue placement. And, Stephen is doing great with his uncle. Rayleigh is doing great with her great grandmother, which it seems that we have that a lot going on with great grandparents raising kids.
Yes.
And James and Koa are doing great in their foster placement. And I'll just mention this. All 3 placements are motivated to adopt if that's where we're headed.
Okay.
Judge, continue TMC, continue placement, and encourage parents to do what they need to do. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. All right, then. I'll make my rulings on this. This will apply to both cases, and then I'll handle an extra thing about Rayleigh and Mr. Hathaway. But in both cases, I'll continue the department as temporary managing conservator, continue the current placements. I'll order in both cases Ms. Dominguez to complete a second OSAR assessment and a TPC evaluation and follow all recommendations from both of those. I'll order that Ms. Dominguez's visitation continue to be suspended until she provides a negative hair strand drug screen. In the case involving Rayleigh and Mr. Hathaway, I'll order that Mr. Hathaway's visits will be as recommended by Rayleigh's therapist, and regardless of that recommendation, they will be supervised. Okay, I believe that's my rulings. Brittany left early, and I do not have a date for the next hearing. I did note that we've got to have our next hearing by November 4th. I don't know if anybody's got a calendar handy.
The last case that I had a permanency hearing in, we set it for November 3rd.
Okay, that'll work. All right, in both cases, our next permanency hearing will be November 3rd, 2025. All of the parents can contact their lawyers, and everyone can go on my courts online docket a day or two before November 3rd to see the exact time that we'll have the hearing on November 3rd. So, all right, this was our last hearing for the day. We will stand in recess. Everybody have a good rest of your week.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. You too.
Thank y'all. Amy, see you Friday.
Yep. See you then.
All right.